Hi everyone and welcome to my new video series where I'll be showcasing some of the various XCC applications. XCC of course is the ticker for the eCash cryptocurrency, and I thought I'd start by walking everyone through some of the basic features of the Cashtab.com web wallet. It's the it's the easiest wallet to use in the eCash ecosystem. There's no download necessary. All you need to do is open up a browser on your mobile or desktop device and put in cashtab.com, and uh, it'll pull up a new wallet. If you are a brand new user, click on new wallet. If you're a new user, you can click on the claim free XCC button, and it'll allow you to claim 42 XCC, which is a tiny amount of money, but just enough for you to send a couple of transactions, mint some tokens, uh, or an NFT. So you can see here, yep, so I just got 42 XEC. And, in order to prevent people from botting it, it's going to know if you're trying to take advantage of the system. So just claim your 42, and that'll be enough for you to try out. Here, I'm going to show you some of the features over here on the left side. On a mobile device, you'll see a little hamburger menu on the bottom right. But what I'm going to do is first show you this wallets feature. So this is the active wallet. I'll rename this for now to test one. But you can create as many as you want. I'll rename this one to test two. And so you can see if I activate this one, now there's no more balance, right? So I'm going to go back to the first one where the balance is there. And you can see over here on the wallet backup feature, it says your seed phrase is the only way to restore your wallet. Write it down, keep it safe. Never share your seed phrase. So it's important to note that if you were to ever lose your device, or let's say your browser, crashes or something, or you clear your history, it's not going to remember the wallet. So that's why it's very important to write down the seed phrase. I would recommend, writing it down on a piece of paper and storing it somewhere safe. Make sure you write the words down very clearly, because I've had instances where I wrote down the words and I went back and it was hard to read my own writing. So now I've copied the seed phrase, and then I'm going to show you how you can restore the wallet. So let me activate this one, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this wallet. So you can see it says type delete test one to confirm. So delete test one, the button lights up. Okay, and now the wallet's gone. But I can re-import it, pasting the seed phrase I had copied earlier, and boom. So you can see the 42 XCC is back, right? Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more XCC so I can show you a few other things. So this is the receive screen. You can see this is your wallet address. If you click on the QR code, it'll copy the full address. You'll be able to see all the alphanumeric numbers and letters. So let me pull up my mobile Cashtab. I'll send 1,000 XCC here just to have something there. So I'm gonna hit send now, and boom, it takes literally like a tenth of a second. That's how fast eCash is. So now that we have a little bit of eCash, what can you do with it? In a future video, I'll go over some of these other features, like the tokens and the Agora and all that. But I think the easiest way to show you is actually through my blog. So here, let me pull up my blog, proofofwriting.com. So my blog recently integrated the pay button WordPress plugin. My blog is in WordPress, and there's a new plugin that's coming out. It's already out, but it's not available yet on the WordPress store. But once you install it, you're going to have this ability for people to log in using their Cashtab wallet. So all you need to do is send 5.5 XCC, which is the dust minimum. Click to log in. It pulls up your wallet. It already has all the fields, entered. You just hit send. and then within a couple of seconds, now you're logged in. You can go to your profile. You'll see your eCash address. That you've unlocked none of the content so far, but I wanted to point out that at no point did I have to provide an email address or enter a password. All I did was sign with my Cashtab private key. So let me go back. So here's the article. I thought it'd be fun to kind of walk you through the actual contest. Some people were surprised by how quickly George solved the puzzle. I think he did it in half an hour. I made this easy, so if you are familiar with the eCash ecosystem, it would have been pretty easy to solve. So the prize here, I gave out 1.35 million XEC. There was about 500,000 XECX tokens and another 1,000 PAL tokens. I'll explain the tokens in another video. The game was, the name of the game is Speed. This won't be a puzzle that takes days to figure out. It will probably not even last an hour, which it didn't. Behind the paywall, you will find 12 words in alphabetical order. To unlock the Cashtab wallet holding your prize, you must figure out the correct order using 12 clues hidden as comments behind 12 pay button paywalls on this blog, starting with proofofwriting.com/1, then proofofwriting.com/2, and so on. Once you solve the order of the words, be the first person to import the seed phrase using cashtab.com. Move the eCash and the e-tokens to your address before anyone else, and the prize is yours. Good luck. Pro tip, if you're the first to access the wallet, move the tokens before moving the XEC so you have enough XEC to cover the transactions fees. And if you want to check if the prize is still available before paying to proceed, you can check the Explorer here. I'll actually go into the Explorer a little bit later in the video as well. So pay to compete, you gotta send 100 XEC, so let's do that. The pay button automatically pulls up the QR code. You can either pay this way or you can, just scan it with your phone and pay that way as well. So payment successful. And suddenly now you're able to see the words, again, these are in alphabetical order. And in order to win, you got to figure out what order they're supposed to go in, right? So let's go over here. It said the first clue is in this article. So if you go all the way to the bottom, you got to unlock comments. Right now, you can't see any of the comments, right? So you pay. And suddenly you see the comments. So one is a body part. So if we were to go back to this list, look for the word that is a body part. The only one that fits is palm, right? So let's go back to our Cashtab wallet. You can see the payments going out on the transaction page. So here's the 5.5 dust transaction I paid to log in, and the two 100 XEC payments I paid for the pay button paywall. And you can notice here, like, there's some data. Here's some, I think, transaction information. And this actually tells you which article was being unlocked. So if we go back to the wallet screen, you can click import wallet. So we know the first word is palm. And then we go back to this one. So let's go to the next article, the purpose of proof of writing, which is proof of writing 2. And then you go here, unlock it again. And now there's the second clue. 2 often used in cooking. Go back, look through the words. Butter is often used in cooking, so let's put that in. So I'm not going to go through each of the clues. I already know what the answer is, so let me input that. Check sadness, afford, salmon, voice, tired, ski wise, imitate, and subway. So before I type the last letter, I wanted to point out the OK is grayed out, but as soon as I finish subway, you'll see it light up. So now I hit OK, and the new wallet is imported. Let me activate it. there's no balance there because George already won and took the money. But if you go to the transaction screen, you're gonna see that you know here's the money I initially deposited back on the 17th along with the tokens. These are some additional transactions related to the XCCX staking token, which again I'll explain in the future. And then over here you see George, he was able to access the wallet, and because it's a contest, you want to move the funds to your own address, which is what he does here. You can see that it's going to this C3V address versus over here. Oops, receive. This is a QQ2X8T, and then he sends the PAL tokens, the XEC, and then I think he realized there were XECX tokens in there that he forgot to send, and in order to send them, he needs some transaction some XEC to pay for the transaction fee. So, funnily enough, he goes back and deposits 50 XEC so that he's able to do that, and then he moves everything back out to his own address. And as I said in the beginning, I'll show you guys the Explorer. So if you click on this, it'll take you to the blockchain explorer, the eCash blockchain explorer. And this is George's address. So this is also something I wanted to highlight, is that everything is on the blockchain. Anyone can see your address and all the different transactions you've made. There are some privacy features, so I will also show you how to do that in another video. There's a lot to learn, I guess. But if you scroll down, um, so these are all his transactions. If we go up here, you can see these are the pay button transactions. So he was, unlocking all the content. You'll see the amounts are slightly different because the fees can vary depending on how many inputs you're drawing from, how many inputs and how many outputs there are. He moves the PAL tokens and the XEC, and again he goes back and deposits a little so he can clear out the rest. And then you see him spending the XEC, and it looks like he converted that to XECX because he wants to earn more staking rewards. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully that kind of helped you understand how this worked. There's also a Cashtab browser extension if you want to do that. I'm not going to go into it here. You don't need it. The cool thing is also that you can do all this on desktop or mobile. It works just as smoothly. And I guess finally, I will go ahead and move the remaining XCC back to my own wallet so that I don't have to write down the seed phrase for this wallet and keep track of it. Um, One cool little feature is that on on my phone, because my phone and my MacBook are using the same iTunes or Apple account. When I can copy my main address and then hit here, send, and I will paste it, send max. This is a one thing that you're not gonna find in Ethereum or Solana. I love that you can hit send max and all the money is gonna move. You don't leave little tiny amounts of coins sitting in some old address that are just basically burned because you can't move them. So now I'm gonna send this. It's back to my main wallet, and that's pretty much it. A couple of last things I wanted to add was that when you have multiple wallets in Cashtab, so let me create a couple. The seed phrase is gonna be different for each one. Don't just assume that because you wrote down one seed phrase that now you have all your wallet addresses saved. So you can see this first test wallet, the backup starts with machine. Go back here. Let's activate that one. The wallet backup starts with woman. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you're gonna have multiple Cashtab wallets, write down the seeds for each one. And then the other thing I wanted to point out was when you have unlocked multiple articles using the pay button plugin now, earlier I had showed you there were no unlocked content. So now the puzzle and then the first two clues have been unlocked. So it keeps track no matter what device you're on. If you log in using the same Cashtab address, it'll keep track so you don't have to pay for the same articles again. All right, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening, and hopefully, people find this valuable, and I'll try to do more if there seems to be a demand.